you know, this week is pretty much two of the biggest online e-commerce days of the entire year. Not just for artists and photographers, but just in general. And they're Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, coming up this Friday, and then Cyber Monday, which is even bigger than Black Friday, and that's the Monday following. And I cannot underscore how important it is that you do something between now and then. Okay? That you let people know that you exist somehow and that you run a sale. It can be anything, whatever you have on hand, whatever you're capable of selling. If you have an email list, if it's just friends and family, if it's a Facebook post, you can do. If it's an Instagram post, you can do. If you're not on social media, if you can release some messenger pigeons from your front yard, this is the time when you do it. There is no better time. There is no higher revenue opportunity for an artist, for a photographer, than Friday and Monday. That's it, full stop. It is that fundamentally important. And then right after it, right behind it, the period sort of from Cyber Monday all the way to the run up of when you can still get, if they buy something from you, they can still put it under the tree or consider it a Christmas gift, is essentially some of the most important times to be selling art or photography ever. Our business, Art Storefronts, we've been at this for 7 years. We are now 22 days into the month. We have shattered every single solitary record we have ever seen. And why do I bring that up? I bring that up to say it's not all about Art Storefronts and what we're doing. It speaks to how important a time this is in the market to attempting to be selling your craft, okay? And I know what normally happens in Q4. Q4 is the last 3 months of the year. Is most artists, most photographers get busy with life, get busy with Christmas parties, and just the holiday stress of all of it, and they don't do anything. In fact, you probably haven't done anything yet, right? And I'm here to tell you there is no more important time in the life cycle of your business than right now. Than this next week and a half, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There is no better time. It's not even close. Not even close. Look at this. I've got a customer on Facebook. As a customer of ASF since 20, this is the biggest year I've ever had with art sales. You are awesome, Jim. I appreciate you. He's not the only one. I've never seen results like this. And you have to understand that a couple of things happened as a result of the pandemic, right? One, everybody started working from home. And while that's loosened up a little bit, it's largely still the case. And so everyone's spending more time at home. Anything in the home decor category is still abnormally, artificially high, much higher than it would be if people were back in offices full time. And then, depending on which expert or wizard of smart that you talk to, 10 years of normal e-commerce growth, meaning the total percentage of sales that takes place via e-commerce online versus traditional retail, 10 years of growth happened over 7 weeks in the pandemic. And it's not going back. Most of it is not going back. I'm sure the numbers are receded a little bit, but that 10 years of growth all of a sudden happened. And so if you can make it, if you can somehow get a sale in the water, okay, between now and Black Friday, between now and Cyber Monday, or, worst case, after Cyber Monday, before Christmas, you're going to benefit from these things. You're going to benefit from the fact that people are still largely working out of their homes and spending more time at home than they ever had. You're going to benefit by the fact that e-commerce growth, the 10 years of it got registered in 7 weeks. And so it's just a really, really exciting time. And, every year I find that like one of our primary company missions is to just start banging the drum about how important the fourth quarter is every year and how important understanding a lot of the sales and marketing tasks that you need to engage in at this point in time of the year, because it comes around every year. Nothing will ever change. If you start taking your business seriously and you start actually wanting your business to grow, and you maybe want to go from hobby to side hustle, from side hustle to regular consistent income, from regular consistent income to something of replacing your current day job or growing the business, doubling the business, Q4 will be a critical component, October, November, December, of that business growing every single solitary year. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that you have to learn. You have to learn how to market yourself, how to capture emails, how to send emails, how Facebook and Instagram ads work, how to run a live art show. But learning it is so critical, because as soon as you start getting yourself on a path of learning how to do this, how to run a sale, how to announce it, tease it, close it, everything to do before, during, and after, it makes every other one easier. It makes all the ones to come easier and easier and easier. And you look at Jim's comment there, right? He's been doing this since 2017. There was a ton that he had to learn along the way to get better at it and get better at it and get better at it and write better emails, send better emails, have a bigger email list, all of these things. So fired up about this point in time. We can get into Q&A though. I can stop ranting. How does Q&A work? If we get some brave ones and you guys turn your cameras on and you raise your hand, I'll know you have a question. For everyone else, and you don't have to feel like you have to turn your camera on, by the way, there is a reactions button. If you look and see, I see Mary, I'll get you next. There's a reactions button at the bottom of your Zoom window. It's like a little smiley face with a plus sign. And what that'll allow you to do is digitally raise your hand. If you do that, that lets me know that, hey, you've got a question, and I'll put you in the queue. And you can ask with your camera on. If you don't want to turn your camera on, you don't have to turn your camera on. It's all good. Okay, you can ask, just using audio in Zoom, or you can throw questions in the chat. I can deal with those. If you're one of the ones that are watching on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, I will see your comments, and you can just go ahead and hammer them out. I'm more than happy to answer anything. On that note, Mary, we're getting started with you. So I'm going to unmute you, Mary, and then if you just hit the mic icon, yep, you know what to do.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello. If you look at my website, you'll see that I have a lot of different mediums that I work in. And I think specifically I'll go for selling my prints and my paintings.
Okay.
But my question is, since I already have a website, I know that somebody explained to me, I think it was Matt, said I could add a shop onto my website using Art Storefront, because my problem, of course, is marketing.
Jane, everyone's problem. Mary Jane, everyone's problem is marketing.
No, I know. It's just it's such a hassle, and I keep thinking, oh, I actually I'm so tired of seeing everybody selling everything online. It's like, hi, I'm Judy. I can show you. Oh God! But anyway, I do need services like that, definitely.
Yeah.
I do have an email list of sorts.
Okay.
But anyway.
Okay, so let's talk about between now and Thursday. Okay. And I am just teleported out of this Zoom call. I am now sitting across the table from you. You and I are in cahoots on this. It is the Mary Jane Overall Business with Patrick as acting business manager. I want you to get the email list together. I want you to email the email list. I want you to tell them on Friday. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend with your family.
I hope you're fine and alive and you have money in your pocket.
Yes, hope you have a wonderful weekend with your Thanksgiving family. Just wanted to let you know that starting on Friday for Black Friday and ending on Monday, Cyber Monday, I'm having the biggest sale I've ever had. Percentages off, however you want to do that, it's up to you. But you have to give some sort of percentage off. It's going to end Monday at midnight. I'll send you an email Thursday morning to let you know the sale is on. Link to your website, and then just see what happens. Ideally, people will check out your website. They'll have comments. They'll have questions. They'll send you emails, and then you want to do hand-to-hand combat. Hand-to-hand combat is when you do like individual reach out. Individual reach out to them via phone, via email, via Zoom chats, whatever you can do. Whatever you can do.
Okay. Yeah, actually, my website has been primarily for visibility rather than sales, so I need to focus.
No, that's a total excuse.
Yeah, I know. I know that. My biggest marketing tool is my name. If you think that marijuana is legal now, and
I love that, Mary Jane. I love that.
Overall.
Wasn't lost on me. I got it.
Mary Jane overall. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think all I care about, it's going to sound weird. No one's going to take my word for it. It's like, oh yeah, the guy that's trying to sell us website subscriptions. This is the 1 week where I don't want to sell anybody any damn websites. Okay, I don't want you guys to sign up. All I want you to do is get a damn sale in the water. Okay, however you can do that between now and then, because it's the single solitary best week to be doing so. Right. All year long. It's like I would be lost if I wasn't telling you guys to do whatever you can do, right? And like I realize some of your sales are not going to be perfect and you don't have everything figured out. Just do it, right? Just do it.
Yeah, but I'm also curious. I do want to, can I market my books through you?
100%. 100%. You can
Oh,
sell
okay.
whatever you want. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, our whole our entire
Yes, you're
websites,
yeah.
yeah,
It's,
they're set up to sell wall art primarily, but we
uh,
also offer merchandise, and there's a bunch of different ways to sell merchandise. We have people selling classes. We have people selling in-person classes. We have
oh,
people
I
selling
see.
books,
Oh, okay.
CDs. I mean, it's an e-commerce site at the end of the day too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So I guess I talked to somebody about setting up a link from my website
Hmm.
to create a storefront
Yes.
to market my prints or my books or all of the things that I want to market.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And they'll give me the prices. Should I ask you the prices now, or does that vary depending
It,
on?
it, it does. It varies depending on the plans. I mean, I can certainly give you a range, but if you're already talking to Matt, I would just have him do it because they know all the details, the ins, the outs,
Okay,
the ups, the
yeah,
downs, all.
I already know the range. It's just the other question is if I start and I realize, okay, this isn't for me. I know you put the down payment of say $1,000
Yeah.
and up, but if you don't want to continue on, you decide, no, I don't feel like spending 50 some odd dollars a month
Hmm.
to be there because it's not
Oh,
working.
we're so cool about in this situation. We make it so easy. Like if you signed up and you're like, this is just not for me. This is not what I want to do. They'll refund
Mm.
you. It doesn't matter. They'll refund you 100%. I
Okay,
I
one,
I'll caution you though.
yeah,
The first year, you're going to be pulling your hair out of your head. Everyone
yeah.
does. Everyone does. It's hard. The first year sucks. The first year is
Meaning
the hardest year.
it's hard because I have to keep creating YouTube things
Not
or
yeah,
Instagram.
not necessarily YouTube things, but you need to learn how to start marketing, right? And it's going to be a bunch of stuff that you've never done before.
Right.
And you're
And
going to be like, I
so
hate this. I wish I didn't have to do this. Is there any way I can get out of it? But if you fight through those quitting points, I'm here to tell you that on the other side is a beautiful place to be. Once you get the hang of it, and it's not that hard, it's less about the technical aspects, and it's just about doing it consistently. And guess what? The business actually grows. People actually come to your website. People actually buy, and I'm seeing especially like in the last like 2 months, we have customers making sales before their website is even live because they're jumping in on some of the techniques, some of the tactics, and the live art shows, and some of the other things that we recommend. And it just speaks to how fertile of a time we're in right now. Right
right.
now is just the
No, I
time.
see that because everything's online now.
I
I
know.
get it.
I know.
It's just I'm used to having a gallery represent me and thus, they make the sales for me and I don't have to be out there. I've been to shows, huge shows,
Hmm.
where my pieces were like the centerpiece and they didn't even know who I was and I could stand and listen to their comments,
Yeah, which is great.
So it's I'm a little bit more, you know, reserved as far as dedicating my time to pushing marketing.
I know.
But if I want to, I might as well do it.
Well,
I'm
you have
creating.
there's
There,
no alternative. Like
well, yeah,
the gallery relationship, notwithstanding
exactly.
notwithstanding the fact that it is profitable for so few artists, by which I mean less than a half
Yeah,
a percent. It's
right.
exploitative. It is exploitative. You cannot lose 50% of the revenue in addition to not having any idea who's purchasing your work. If you don't know who's purchasing your work, how can you market to that person? How can you
Yeah,
get that person back for repeat business? And they'll buy again and again and again for the rest of your art selling career. So
yeah. They just keep going to the gallery, is what they do, and they just keep ordering more from
they
the
don't,
gallery.
though. They don't, because the galleries suck at marketing too.
Mhm.
The majority of the galleries are successful based on a location, right? They have a good location, and sure, they have their tiny little stable, but it's not like they're doing outbound marketing for you. Not to the extent that you can do now. They will
No,
never
yeah,
do outbound marketing for you to the extent that you can do it yourself. And
no,
guess what?
I know.
Nobody likes a middleman. Nobody wants a middleman. They want to talk to Mary Jane direct, straight up.
Mm, maybe.
Maybe. No, it's true. They do. They do. Everyone wants. There's nobody, especially as your prices go up. Like, what do your originals start at?
My
The price
originals,
point, yeah.
it depends what it is because I have paintings, prints, I do videos, and
Hmm.
say, oh, probably like $400
Hmm.
for a print
Yeah.
of an edition of like maybe 20.
And what about an original? Original.
an original. It depends. I haven't really priced some of them.
What is
Let's see,
a gallery selling for?
like
A couple
like
$1,000
about
bucks.
$2,000 for a painting.
There's
Yeah.
nobody that buys something for $2,000 that, given the chance to get to know the artist, would not want to get to know the artist. They all do.
Yeah. Well, I have sold stuff without knowing who
But
the
yeah, it
people are.
happens. But
Actually, I had somebody tell me to change the name of my print and they would buy it because it was called Ants in My Pants. And I'm like, are you kidding? You want me to change the name of my print so that
unbelievable.
you'll buy it? It was so stupid.
Yeah, that
But I
is.
mean, people do that.
Yeah, they
You
do
know,
that kind,
that is,
especially in today's day and age. Yeah.
well, it's going to be a challenge, but I think it'll be worth it. I mean, if you want to keep doing your art, you need to have some way to market it, and the internet is the way.
It is the way. It is the way. That's it. Yeah. We can help you. We can help you, Mary Jane.
Okay.
But I want you to get that sale in the water immediately.
Yeah, I better start doing it.
Today. Send the email today.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't get a lot of confidence out of you on that one, Mary Jane.
Yes,
I was
all
looking for.
right, I will.
Okay. I appreciate you. Thanks for the questions. Okay, next up is Kathy, and then I see your questions, Alexander. I'll grab you next. Go ahead, Kathy.
Yeah, I just started a website called artistinmontreal.com and to showcase Montreal artists and their works. And so I'm just trying to help. My real passion is trying to help artists sell their works. So I just want, so you become a member of art storefronts, and then there's a program of courses, and it's how does it, I'm not too sure how it works.
Yeah, and I can get into that, but before, let me make sure I fully understand. So are you doing this out of altruism, having this site to discover Montreal artists, or are you contemplating like being a gallery for these folks that sells their work for them?
No, just I just an altruist, I guess. I just want to like showcase their art, and they do their own selling. I don't take a commission or anything. It's a membership is very small, $10 a year, and it's just for them to get exposure and just to get their name out there. And so, is that good?
I mean, I think if that's a passion for you and that's a hobby, yes, I think $10 a year, there's not enough money in there for you if it's not a hobby or a passion. So, no,
it's not for the money. It's for the passion of helping artists get out there.
Well, yeah,
so
that's extremely noble. I think, you're going to have a ton of marketing to do to drive exposure to that, right? So, are you dedicated and committed to doing that? Are you going to be capturing emails and emailing the emails and highlighting artists and posting on the socials on a regular basis and doing all those types of things? What is it? Stop.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't have a big list of email addresses.
Right.
Just, friends, family, the artists, from different organizations, different art organizations.
Yeah, I mean, I think you need to rethink the how through, like, how are you gonna drive exposure to these folks? Are you going to be doing a bunch of marketing? Do you want to be doing a bunch of marketing? Because just putting a website up, no one's going to see it.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, if a person is just looking for artists in Montreal, they will get my site. My site comes up first. Is that that's good, isn't it?
I mean, it could be, it could not be. You sort of don't know, like, what's the artist in Montreal? I'm going to look for you. Oh, if I could spell artist, you would think. So artist in Montreal.com. Right. So
but you can get it without the .com, I think.
Yeah. So if I look at this right now, that'll trigger it. Now we're looking at it. So artist in Montreal, right? So aside from the two advertisements, the culture trip is first, artists in Canada is second, Gallery MX is third, MTL blog is fourth, then it's House, and then it's Art Public of Montreal, then it's Artists in Montreal. So you're let's see, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down. Total people searching this, search volume looks decent. I don't know how much traffic your site is getting. I'm assuming this is it, yeah?
Yeah.
And so to proceed to the main website, click here. Artist in Montreal. Yeah, I mean, I think, you'd have to look at the analytics. I don't know if you're running Google Analytics on this, but,
Yeah, there's just a free analytics with Wix.
Yep. So
it's a Wix.
I'm sure you're getting some organic traffic. So
I'm getting about 10 people a day.
Yeah, so there you go. There's 10 people a day. So that's at least something. But how would you envisage us helping you? Because we're kind of centered around the commerce side of things, in addition to the marketing. So
I just wanted to get information so I could tell my members.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a course, like you become a member and it's like $50 a month. How does it work?
So it's twofold. One, we give artists, an art gallery website so they can sell their art direct. That's number one. But number two, we're essentially a postgraduate university that gives out art marketing and business degrees. The only difference is there's really not any graduates because the learning never stops. So we have everything from courses. We have a calendar that tells you what to do 365 days a year. A massive DIY education database. We have live classes every single solitary week, 50 weeks a year, kind of like these Zoom sessions. We have support sessions. So, we support our customers on Facebook, on Instagram, on our software, on email, and we just teach them to market all year long, and that never stops. That's sort of the difference of us and everyone else.
Okay, and is it you pay by the month? Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's a one-time fee to sign up to gain access to all the marketing stuff, and then the website is just a monthly fee.
Oh, and how much is it? The one-time fee?
Yeah, so it's sort of
asking?
No, not at all. Of course, that's what these are for. So it sort of depends on the plan, because there's a couple of different plans, but it starts a one-time fee of $990, and then I believe the website's $49 a month at that point.
The website is $49.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean the website?
Yeah, so it's two parts, right? Like one, we give you this incredible art website, right? Where you can sell direct, and I might as well pull one up.
Oh, I see. So you make a website for the person.
Yes. It's the website plus the education, so it's twofold. So you get an amazing website that displays your art, that handles the commerce port. Oh, I'm in Santa Claus mood. Why not? That gives you the ability to sell all the various different media types, right? You can sell watercolor paper, or canvas, or metal, or wood, or acrylic, and then you can also sell, any of the merchandise that you like. I mean, throw pillows and tote bags and phone cases and all these various different things. And then, we're connected with printers, and so you don't have to keep any inventory on any of this stuff. So the way that it works is an order comes in, you get paid, the printer gets paid, the printer prints your order, boxes your order, ships the order with your logo on the side of it. You don't have to touch a thing, which is kind of cool. Yeah, we just added ornaments, which are kind of a cool thing for Christmas. But yes, website, all set up to sell art, do all of that. And then the more important thing is the marketing education, right? As Mary Jane will tell you, because a website's only good if people are coming to it.
Yeah. Okay. And as Mary Jane says, she has her own website, so you can add on to that website.
If you were so inclined, you could. That's not what most people do. Most people just replace whatever they have currently with one of our sites.
Okay, so your site will be gone, and then you have the new site.
That's right.
I see. Right. Okay. Okay, and then it's okay. So I think that's great, and it just goes on indefinitely. The $45 a month goes on, mm-hmm. And you just learn about marketing and everything
all year long, and the learning never stops, right? Because there's basic fundamentals to this business, and then there's the things that change, right? And the basic fundamentals is you need to learn how to capture email all year long, and there's ways that you do that digitally, online, through Facebook, through Instagram, through live art shows, through your website, and then there's ways that you do it offline, being smarter about your in-person appearances, shows and fairs, getting into restaurants, all the doctor's offices, all these various different things. Then you need to learn how to email those emails all year long, okay? And you need to start doing it consistently, at least once a week, all year long. Then you need to learn the mechanics of running a sale, how to tease a sale, announce a sale, how to contemplate pricing, discount plus scarcity when the sale ends, what to do before, during, and after. And then you have to learn how to run live art shows, and you need to learn the concepts of omni-channel marketing, and that never ends, right? And, you know, things change so quickly in the digital marketing landscape. Like, you know, the live art show concept, you know, I've never seen anything work as well as that in my entire life. And that didn't exist 2 years ago. It's brand new, right? And there's a lot of tradecraft there. It's like, okay, how do you run a live art show? How do you quote price? How do you announce it? What platforms do you do it on? Do you do it on Facebook? Do you do it on Facebook and Instagram? Do you do it with a phone and an iPad? Do you do it with a phone and iPad and a computer? Can you just do it with a computer? Do you need to have AirPods? All of these things we've got all figured out for you, and we teach you. So, you know, constantly things change, and if you want to make it as an artist, as a creative, you constantly have to be working on your marketing, constantly have to be growing that portion of the business. And if you do so, the business will actually grow year after year, and you won't need galleries. You won't need anyone but yourself.
Right.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So I just want to be sure. So it's 90 to make the website, and then 45 for the website.
The $990 essentially pays your.
Oh, the 990.
Yes. That's a one-time fee that goes to pay for the army of staff that I have to teach you marketing for the rest of your life.
Okay, and then once you pay that $990, then it's $45 a month.
Mm-hmm. Depending on what plan you are. I think there's one higher and one lower, but you know, a demo could explain all that for you and all the ins and outs. But yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, I see. That's what the demo is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and apart from that, it's do you pay an extra thing for the learning of the marketing and all that?
No.
Oh, I see.
All of that's included, all of it, and it's like it's amazing. It's what separates us from everyone else, right? Like, you know, there's so many ways to learn out there, and what I found is that you need all of them. Not only do you need all of them, you need the emotional support too. That's another huge thing that we provide. But yes, it's everything from, okay, how do I go live on Instagram? There's a course for how to go live on Instagram. But then you can jump into a Zoom session on a Tuesday or Thursday and say, hey, I read this course. I had some questions about this, that, and the other. Can you answer those for me? And then we have a private Facebook group where everyone helps themselves in there, and our staff's in there all the time. We have like a million different things. It really does. To me, it feels like a university. It really does. There's sessions, there's homework. You can go and see the TA. There's office hours. Like that's what it feels like. That's really what it is. But get a demo,
Thank
Kathy.
you so much.
Yeah, get a demo, and they'll kind of like explain some of the ins and outs and the rest.
Okay.
Thanks. And that's an extremely noble thing you're doing for the artist of Montreal. I gotta affirm you on that. Okay, Mary, I'll come back to you. First, I'm gonna get Alexander, and then Therese. I'll get you, and then I'll circle back to you, Mary Jane. Go ahead. You can unmute Alexander. Alexander had a great question, and I love this question. Hello, is there a way I can just provide artwork to someone who knows how to do the sales, and we can work together and getting them the most? I.e., Alexander, is there a way that you can just create and not do any of the marketing or not doing any of the sales? That's traditionally the gallery model. And sadly, no, there's no way that works. I don't even know of anyone that has an arrangement like that that's not a gallery arrangement, unless the business is really, really humming and you're capable of paying someone to do that for you full time. But you have to do the marketing. You have to do the selling. I know none of you guys want to do that. Trust me. I know no artist, no photographer wants to do it. But because it's the one thing that nobody wants to do, it is also the one thing that if you focus on it, you're going to get the highest ROI, return on investment. So I don't know if you want to follow up on that, Alexander. I have unmuted you, but it doesn't look like you're unmuting. So I don't know. Could be at work or could be gone. Doesn't know. If you want, Alexander, leave another question. I can do a follow-up on that. All right, Therese, I'm going to unmute you. So Therese has got a website, and a commerce-based website, and she's just after the marketing and not the website. Does that sum it up correctly, Therese? And you'll need to unmute too, Therese.
That's correct.
Okay. And how is the site doing currently? Just out of curiosity, are you generating some sales from it?
I am not generating any sales. No.
Okay. Well, why would you want to keep the website then?
Well, I guess that's the question.
Yeah.
If it's set up like a gallery,
mm-hmm.
the content is there,
mm-hmm.
The look is there,
mm-hmm.
Bio, pricing,
mm-hmm.
It is set up so they can. I have an open edition that
mm-hmm.
is shipped from the printer. With an embedded logo. There's
mm-hmm.
also limited edition. It would be shipped to me. I would sign a number and send it out.
Wonderful.
So I think the platform is there. it is driving traffic and marketing and getting seen, that is the problem.
Yeah. And
so what would be the benefit in switching?
Yeah, a whole bunch of them I could explain. And trust me, I know why you don't want to switch. The subtlety of why you don't want to switch is because artist fears in order: death, taxes, probably public speaking, and then having to create another website, right? It's in the top 5. Like, nobody wants to do that, especially after you've already created one. It's like, no, it's done, and I like it. We have so many bells and whistles and software and features built into our system that you would be missing out on a tremendous amount of it. Like, you could sign up and just use the marketing and try to apply it to your website, but I'll give you a for instance, okay? We have a feature called Art Buyer AI, and we wrote some custom code that does this. And the easiest way to explain it is, you've been into an Apple store. We've all been into an Apple store, right? This feature is no different than, let's just say, a surveillance camera, without sounding creepy, in the Apple store. And let's say I walk into your store, Therese, and I pick up an iPad and I set it down. I pick up an iPhone, I set it down. I pick up a MacBook Air and I set it down, and then I buy the iPhone and I leave. Well, our software saw everything that I did when I was in your shop. And so instantaneously you get an alert and it says, Therese, Patrick just came into your store. He looked at the iPhone, looked at the iPad, looked at the MacBook Air, and he bought the iPhone and he left. Here's the email that we think you should send him. And boom, the email pops up on a little box on your back end and it says, hey, Patrick, thank you so much for buying the iPhone. I cannot wait to ship it to you, but I couldn't help notice that you also were looking at the MacBook Air and at the iPad. Because you're a first-time customer, I just wanted to let you know there's a special first-time customer discount, and you could have gotten 25% off of everything. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love to talk to you about it. Otherwise, can't wait to ship you your iPhone. Thank you so much for coming for a customer, and I'll follow up with you later, right? There's some text like that, and you can either edit the text right there or you can click send. There's a million different features that are just like that you're not going to get on your site, that you will get on our site. And so sort of the barrier to entry is like, unless you have a website that is kicking butt for you now, there's no reason to keep what you have. Unless you're like a commercial photographer, in which case, a lot of times commercial photographers will have, an important other aspect of their business that's running, right? And they'll be like, well, I need to keep that. And it's like, okay, no worries, keep that. And then you can put on a subdomain, the actual store that will work. So it'll end up being a game changer for you. There would be no reason not to use it, is the long and the short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. But I love that you're as far on as you are. I mean, no joke, Therese, I talk to hundreds week in and week out, and very few people actually have a commerce site set up. And the thing that impresses me more is that you have a form of print on demand already set up. Good on you. I mean, I understand that you get the orders on the site and then you probably have to forward them to the printer, and then the printer has to print them.
Right.
And then, but still,
right.
Good on you for having that going. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very few people get that going. So that's really impressive. Okay. Back to you, Mary Jane. Go ahead. And you'll need to unmute again, Mary Jane.
Okay.
Yep,
Good.
gotcha.
No, I just wanted to explore a tiny bit more about having an attachment to my website that would be a storefront. Then would I just showcase like paintings, prints, books, something like that? So there would just be an attachment onto the website.
Yeah, I mean, so like the normal way that people normally do that is like, okay, so this guy, he's a photographer with us, and super impressive dude, right? Like he does like the planet Earth and the BBC stuff and all of that, and he's like a Harvard PhD and has like all these projects and stuff. And so the way that he does it is he has a completely separate site. This is his Tim Lehman wildlife photojournalist site, and then he's got a separate site that's on a different domain for his art storefront site. Now, he should have it on store.timlehman.com, right? Because this is his main site, Tim Lehman. But if you just look here in his menu, it says store, right? And that throws him right to his art store. And you can come right here and buy a calendar, buy whatever you want. So that's how he does it. But you can do it any which way you like. But for me, the sort of the deciding factor is, unless the site you have is generating the income that you're looking for it to do, why keep it? There's no point in keeping it. You might as well just move over. I mean, you own the domain, so it's like if you ever want to go back to it, you could always go back to it. But there'll be no point in doing so because we just have too many bells and whistles and features.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have to change my domain if I just added it on as a storefront.
Yeah,
right?
you wouldn't have to change your domain no matter what, because all you're
Yeah.
doing is like you have a website somewhere
Oh,
else
right.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
point it to the new one. But
Right.
yeah, if you're so inclined, it could be store.maryjaneoverall.com, right?
Right.
And you
Okay.
just have it that way. You can do it any which way you want with us. I mean, we make our recommendations certainly, but yeah, it doesn't matter to us.
Hmm. Okay, I think that answers it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
I might try this. Well, yeah, I might try the store first and see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean it's up to you, and any of it's
So
swappable
then
or
I asked
switchable
the
at any point in
person.
time.
So I asked the person who's creating the website to add a link onto the store through you. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, you would make the decision up front where you want the art storefront site to live. Do you want it to live at maryjaneoverall.com? Do you want it to live at store.maryjaneoverall.com? And
Right.
then, if that's the way that you went about it, then you would just have a link in, on your old site to your store, right? And then just like this
To
person
the
does.
store. So,
Yeah.
Right. So I just would keep my same website, but I just add a store where people
That's
can
right.
purchase things. Okay.
That's right.
I got
That's
right.
that's one way you can do it for sure. Yeah, easy enough. We are flexible. We are flexible. We make our recommendations, but you can certainly. Oh, I muted you again. It looks like you're not done. Hold on. I got trigger finger on the muting. Go ahead. You have to unmute again.
I was just saying, I wish I had studied more coding when I was younger. I worked for Quantum for a while.
Yeah, but you're actually glad you didn't study coding, because the last thing you need to be doing is any coding. You need to be creating your art and working on the art, not coding.
Right.
Yeah. So you made the right decision back then. Don't worry. No one wants to be coding in today's day and age, and especially not artists. It's not that if you want to grow your art business, it is not through getting better at coding or getting better at updating your website. The website needs to be stupid simple to deal with, and ours are, which is a good thing. But who else, guys? Questions, comments, concerns, questions about how you are going to get a sale in the water this week for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? That's what I want to see. Oh, Kathy and Mary Jane are just holding it down today. Go ahead, Kathy. You gotta unmute again, my dear. Yep, gotcha.
Yeah, for like something like Mary Jane's thing where she has her own website, but she adds the link. Is that a different price?
Nope, same price.
$990.
Down, and then the monthly prices. But you
Right.
still
Okay.
it'll help you. So like when you request a demo, that's like a private 1 hour session that walks you through all the bells and whistles on a Zoom call with somebody on our outreach team. So when you do that, it'll all become more clear. Like it's helpful to see everything and dot all the I's, cross all the T's, answer all your questions. So that's what I'd say.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Are you an artist? Ooh, good question. I love this, Carol. I'm going to unmute you, Carol. So am I an artist? Carol's asking, like, essentially, like, do I know what the hell I'm talking about? The undertone of it is. And, am I an artist? Have I ever done this before? So I personally have been doing, if you're asking me, or if you're asking from an organizational standpoint, I personally have been doing this for 7 years with Art Storefronts, running the marketing department here on various different case studies that I've run with artists. I sell hundreds of thousands of dollars of art myself a year. I've sold $100,000+ worth of art in the last month on various different marketing endeavors and live art shows and things that I've done. I study the analytics of all of our customers, and I've been doing that for a long time. So yes, Carol, we work with a ton of artists, and all we do is hack at how to get good at selling art and photography online and learning all of the tricks, how to capture emails, how to run sales, how to run live art shows, every single solitary aspect of it. And I have an entire team dedicated to doing that. And again, we also have, 5,200 to more than that, but not everybody's active, 5,200 active customers. And do you understand the difference of having that many people all selling art and photography, and then I have access to all of their analytics, right? And I get to see who's doing what to sell the most. I study on a monthly basis, who sold the most originals, who sold the highest priced originals, what size were the originals, who sold the most limited editions, what were the pricing on the limited editions, what about in-person sales, what about gallery shows, what about prints, right? And what's selling best? Metal, acrylic, fine art, wood, all of it. Oh, you're just asking. Oh yeah, got it. So how did I get into the industry is what you're asking. Sort of a tale of fate. The founder of the company and I grew up together. We're good buddies. He's been in the art industry for his entire career, so like 25 years, and I've probably been in it for 12 years. The founders started this company called Breathing Color. Before, they're a manufacturer of fine art ink paper, canvas, metals, and the like. So used to do consulting with him back in that business, and then I've run the marketing department here pretty much the entire time. So yeah. So definitely not an artist myself. I am an amateur photographer myself, but it is going to stay a hobby with me. And that's a conscientious decision I made because I enjoy doing it and I don't want to try and sell it. But yeah, that's what I would say. But I don't know if you have follow-ups on that, Carol. I can unmute you if you like. I find more and more these days there's like a lot of people that watch this thing during work and like don't want to come on and don't talk because they're at their jobs, like, multitasking it, which I sort of love. Yeah. What else? Good questions today. I've enjoyed this. I just hope you guys get a sail in the water. I hope you get a sail in the water this week. I really do. Like Charles, even though you're in the UK, you should get a sail in the water this week. I see one of my buddies, Charles, on here who's come on a few times. But what else, guys? Questions? Anything that I can help you with from here to there? I mean, do you know how easily, even if you guys don't have a website, you could run a live art show this week? I mean, do you know how incredibly easy it is to grab a piece, whatever you have on hand, and grab this phone and turn it on, go live, and be like, hey, guys, on Friday, my Black Friday sale starts. I'm selling this acrylic, which I normally sell for such and such. It's ready to hang. And now I'm going to sell boom, boom, that. So it's that easy to do. It is that easy to do. And I'm going to put in the chat a guide for how to run a live art show, because I know most of you guys have no idea how that goes. But I'm just telling you, that is the shortest, quickest, easiest way to do it, to get one in the water. One of the really cool features that we have, too, that we just released is, I'm really proud of this one. This is my baby. We have these pages called live art show pages, and you'll notice here's one, here's one, here's one, and they all look similar for a reason. There's nowhere to click up here at all. You can't even click on the header logo. There's a title to the show. There's where the show goes after it's run. So in this case, they ran one on YouTube, and they're showing all the pieces, and then below are all the pieces that you can buy from the show. And they're all hooked up to these instant checkout buttons, which are really cool. So all you have to do is, boom, hit the button, put in your credit card information, and go, boom, pay now. And that's a photographer example. This is an artist example. She just ran this show a while ago, but boom, you can play the show after the fact. Juan, I didn't even know this. This is a Facebook embed. I didn't even thought Facebook worked on this. She needs to change this to YouTube, by the way. If she's got the YouTube on this one, let's have her change it out. But anyway, this is essentially like, it's a part of our art storefront site, and it's essentially just a one-page website. And boom, you can have this thing up, running, and ready in 2 hours. You could sign up today, get the merchant account going. You have to sign up for Stripe. It probably takes 48 hours for them to approve you. Connect it to your bank account, upload all of these little square images of your work, and be ready to go right now. You could be selling, literally, what is today? Monday. You could be selling by Thursday. You could be selling by Wednesday. This thing, all you have to do is upload a logo, put a title on it, and you're completely e-commerce ready to go, ready to roll. So that's what I would say. Okay, I see a new hand up. Marzena, you're up next. Go ahead, Marzena. You have to unmute. I'll let you know when you get it. Mic icon, but yep, gotcha.
You got me?
Yep.
You can hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hi, I have a question. On one of your Zoom sessions, I remember you've mentioned that if I'm with Art Storefront, I don't have to deal with any production.
Correct.
Is that correct? So
yes.
Framing. So you have my digital file. How does that work exactly?
Yeah, exactly. You upload all of the digital files that you're going to use for the prints. Our software analyzes the digital file. It tells you all the sizes that you can run. As a result, you pick the sizes, and then we keep that file extremely safe. And then every time you get an order, that file gets sent to the printer. The printer reproduces it, and off it goes.
So can it be printed on different media? For example, acrylics or any of that. It can be printed on anything. Canvas, acrylics, yes.
Yep. We have so we partner with 2 different printers. Are you in the US?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have 2 printers in the US. One is in San Francisco Bay Area. It's called Bay Photo. It's a huge one. And then we have another one called Graphic Dimensions. It's on the East Coast. You can pick either one. They all have the same media
I'm on the
types.
East Coast. I'm in Miami.
You're in Miami, yeah. So maybe you go with Graphic Dimensions because it's closer. But, you know, they have all the various different fine art papers that you could want. Everything from like the super cheap, you know, low end ones all the way to the highest end ones. And then so too with canvas, so too with metal, so too with acrylic, so too with wood.
With wood as well?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay.
And so you just pick your media types, and you know, it's honestly one of the best things that we offer because, you know, the artist, the photographer does not have the time to waste to be dealing with the printer and going to the printer and sending off tracking numbers and following up and all of that nonsense. You need that time to get going on your marketing. So that's what I would say.
So, for example, if there's a client interested in a photograph, purchasing a photograph, do they also have an option of frames?
Yes.
Different type of frames.
Yep.
Okay.
You can pick a bunch of different frames. The frames is really like a sticky one. And when I say a sticky one, I mean the sheer amount of money, that has been invested by everyone and their brother to try and get it so that people will buy frames online. It doesn't really work. In my experience, what ends up happening is they buy the print, they take it to their local frame shop and get it done. The one area where that's not the case, like let's say you have a vision for what the frame is and you're like, this is the only frame that I offer my piece with. That's it. Because it's like the beautiful one I've curated. In that case, people will send a ton of frames. But the thought that like people are going to come onto the site and they're going to browse all the different frames in some digital capacity and say, ooh, I want that one, doesn't work. And nobody's cracked that, by the way. It just doesn't work because frames are so expensive, right? It's such a personal decision. People just want to go see their local. So that's how it works. But what I've found is important is, you know, our websites show the frames. You have the ability to have the full visualization go on. And so that's like an important objection buster, right? Because you want them to be able to visualize the thing all the way to the finish line, right? And so even if they're not going to buy the frame from you, they're going to take it to their local frame shop. If they can go through all the options and like look at the different frames and be like, ooh, that's the one that I like, that makes a huge impact.
And how do you show, for example, let's say I have a photograph on your website and it can look amazing. And for example, like the one behind me is in acrylic, but maybe it wouldn't look. So how do you present that? How do you show on your website?
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of different ways that it shows, right? Like, you know, we have like a couple different layers of it, right? Like one, there's the media browser, right? And so if you look at this is a luster paper, it says, and so it shows a luster paper. If they click, you know, to a metal gloss print, it looks a little different. If they click wood, it looks a little different. If it clicks canvas, it looks a little different. So that helps. But then we also have this wall preview tool, right? And so they can adjust the size up or down. They can choose different rooms. You can upload your own rooms.
I have that app as well to show different sizes.
Yeah, you can change the colors on the wall. And then I have to go to our blog to show up the other one. The other really cool one that we have, and you know, I find that the most effective way to use this thing is more a consultative selling. What is it called? Sorry, hold on. Let me get that out of the way. We have this thing called live preview with augmented reality. I don't know if you've seen this or not. It's pretty cool. So what it allows somebody to do is it allows somebody to come to your website with their phone or iPad and without downloading any apps or anything else. Why is this video not working? It's the second time I've come to this and the video is not working. It's really annoying. Come on. Juan or April, will you go into Wistia and find this video? For some reason, it's not playing.
Okay.
There's some sort of bug going on, so they'll throw the video into the chat and I'll show it to you. But anyway, so that allows somebody to go to the website with the phone. Okay. Press live preview, and then it takes your work and it puts it into the phone picture, and then the camera sees in real time. They'll send me the video, it's easier to show. But then that gives them the ability to see your work that way. So that's really an effective way to do it as well. What website do you have now? Or do you sell through a website? Or do you sell through galleries? What do you do?
Well, I have my commercial website because I've been a commercial photographer for a very long time. So my art website is in progress. I started it a couple months ago, and I just need to finish it. Basically, that's what it is.
Okay, let me show you this. April found it for me. Thank you, April. So let me get this back up full. So this is cool. So we are on Artist and Art Store. So they come to your website, your normal art storefront's website, with their phone, right? And then we just fast forward to it. And you can see, so there's the phones up on the screen. So this is what it actually looks like on the phone. And so this is the real phone doing the real browsing, and they scroll down and there's this button that says live preview with AR, right? And so they can click that with their phone. It takes the camera, the real camera on the phone, what it's seen, and then it takes your work and it puts it in that view, right? So you can hold the phone up to whatever wall that you're contemplating buying the art, put the piece up there, move it around, see what it's going to look like, take screenshots, figure out what the ideal size is, right? So I'm
familiar with that. Yes.
Yeah. It's a really, really powerful tool when people are like, well, I just don't know if it's going to fit in my space or if it's going to go with my furniture. And then you're like, oh, well, let me show you how this works, right? And then you get it ready.
I use it quite a bit actually with clients.
You do. Awesome.
But I really love this this feature. Yes, it's really good to.
Yeah.
So another question that I have, for example, to target not just individual audience. How do I say that? If, for example, hotels, a little bit different to go that direction. Do you help artists or photographers to market themselves this way? Or do I have to do the whole thing? And I mean, I do all the time, try to research and do all that, but I'm just wondering if do you guide people? Do you guide us?
We do.
If I was,
we help you with all of it. Like fundamentally, everyone thinks like, well, how do I get my art into hotels? Perfect example. Or I just want to market to interior decorators. Can you show me how to market to interior decorators?
Exactly right.
And fundamentally, what everyone misunderstands about that is that there's some sort of special secret or trick. Do you know what it is? You have to market consistently all year long. When you do that, you end up making noise that ends up being serendipity as a result of it, and you end up getting into hotels and you end up getting interior designers. And one of the examples that I love to give is, we have a gal, and we have a private Facebook group where everyone like posts wins to keep everybody encouraged. We call it small wins. And this gal posts like 6 months ago, she's like, I just got a $30,000 interior decorator job. You guys wouldn't believe it. It was like 12 pieces in Maze. I'm so stoked. And everyone's like, how'd you do it? Wow. Was it a Facebook ad or was it an email or did you contact her directly or did you know her?
What's the secret?
Yeah, what's the secret? And she comes back and she goes, the interior decorator's daughter has been following me on Instagram for 6 months, told her mom, and her mom placed the order. It's like, how do you market to that, right? Like there's no playbook for that, right? No. So, but my principle is what you find is, because I know none of you guys are marketing consistently and you're not marketing in the right ways because no one's ever taught you. Once you start doing that consistently, you start getting wins in all these weird ways, right? You never know what it's going to be, right? Like you're like, ooh, I just want it to be a hotel. Maybe it's a bank or something else, right? Or a restaurant, but none of it happens without the luck that comes as a residue of executing on your marketing. And, that's what I'd say.
So one more question.
Yes.
So I have my commercial Instagram account and my art photography Instagram. So
are they're separate?
I hardly have any followers on my art one, like 100 something. But on my commercial, I have over 4,000. So should I post in a story maybe on my commercial?
You should get rid of the personal one and do everything on the commercial one.
In a story, though.
Not just in a story, regularly and consistently.
Because then, Rosanna,
all of those people that book you for the commercial gigs know you, like you, and trust you. Do you know what they don't know? They don't know that you sell fine art on the side because you'd never let them know. The minute you let them know that you sell fine art on the side, they're going to start buying it from you because they have a relationship with you and they like you and trust you, right? Like 2 Instagram accounts is like watching two children. It's easier to watch one child than it is to watch 2 children, right?
I usually watch one child.
in certain circumstances, maybe two is easier. But yeah, you just need the one. It's not going to hurt your commercial gigs whatsoever, right? Like we give you the posting strategies. It's not going to, all it's going to do is help the fine art business and then also help the commercial gigs. So trust me, it's not going to hurt you in the slightest. It won't.
Okay. So in order to sign up with you, I need to have a completed website. Yes.
No.
I link it to your site.
No. We give you the website. You don't need to have a finished website in the slightest. We give you one.
I have the Squarespace. I believe that's what.
Yeah, but it's not doing anything for you. You need to go get a demo.
I haven't even published it yet.
Well, good. Don't. You don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to. You don't have to. We'll walk you through it. Yeah, just you need to get a demo. I'll have somebody on my team reach out, and then just because I'm curious, I don't think it's a Polish name, but where are you from originally?
It is Polish.
Oh, I did get it. Nice. Boom.
Yes.
Awesome. Love it.
Okay, so how long does it take? Let's say I sign up with ArtStorefront with you guys.
14 days or less is how long it takes most people to have their site up, running, and ready. The thing is that everyone thinks like with us, you're like designing some fancy website. You're not designing a fancy website. You know what you're doing?
No.
Uploading your images, about me section, logo, you're done. That's it.
Yeah. No. Simple. I think the simplest, the better.
Yes, 100%.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
All right. Mary Jane and Kathy, you guys are relentless, and I appreciate you for it. Okay, this is 3rd questions for both of you. Mary Jane, you're first, then I'll get you, Kathy. Let's do this.
I'll make it short but sweet.
Yes.
I'm just wondering about the piece that you show somebody having the one-person show at home, and then they offered their works to be sold. That could be an attachment, the type of attachment that I could have to my website that's currently there.
Yeah, I mean, you're overthinking it. Like, you just have to decide if you want to have one website or two. If you have 2 websites, they're 2 websites. One lives in one place, one lives in the other place. They can be linked to one another. You have all the features, all the bells, all the whistles.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Mary Jane. Okay, Kathy, you're up next.
Yeah. So I just want to be sure. So do you also, can we also sell the original paintings?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah. So we package it and then you come and pick it up at our place and mail it or bring it wherever?
That would be FedEx or UPS, but you can think it's us. Right? Like,
okay.
Yeah. On anything that we print, right? Like the order comes in and it goes to our printers, of course, they take care of that. But for the originals, obviously the artist still needs to ship that. Until we get a drone service. We do have a drone service plan for about 2035. Okay, Kathy, we're working on it. We're working real hard on that. But until then, artists, if they sell originals, they're going to have to ship the originals.
And is ArtStorefront, like for shipping, like the prints and stuff, is that just in the States or?
No, it's in Canada too. But this is the thing that really infuriates me. I mean, are we not friends and neighbors? Okay, I mean, some people say like America's hat and all that. Ha ha ha. Okay, what is it with this damn tariff nonsense? There is tariff nonsense that goes on, and our printers. Okay, Bay Photo on the West Coast, Graphic Dimensions on the East Coast. It's not like they're ours or we own them. Like, they're their own businesses. They both do like $30 to $50 million a year in printing a year. And it's not just us. I mean, that's how big of a business they are. The FedEx and UPS rates that you get when you're shipping at that volume is so incredible. Like, so plenty of our customers are shipping all over the world. But with Canada, it just doesn't work because they add on these ridiculous surcharges. So we have a Canadian-based printer, okay, called Print Partner that we also are integrated with, and so you can use that. But then it gets into a little bit of a sticky situation because most Canadians want to sell art throughout North America, not just into Canada. So it's a little bit sticky how the whole thing goes, but most people just get it all printed in Canada and then shipped from there because the duties into the U.S. are no problem at all. The duties from the United States into Canada are.
Oh, so it's not international. It's just North America right now.
No, it is international. We have customers all over the world, but most of the time, aside like for the customers that we have that live in the UK or customers that we live in Australia, they just find their own printer that's local because they don't want to print from the United States to have it sent to Australia every single solitary time. That's crazy, right? So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.
Yeah, and get a demo, and everything else will become clear. Alexander's laughing at my drone services. It's not a bad idea, though. Alexander, it's not a bad idea. We're not that far off from it, in all seriousness. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Like, there's this place I go to in the desert because I live in Southern California, and you have to like drive around a mountain range, and it takes like 2.5 hours. And they're talking about doing the drone service just over the mountain, $40 each way, right? Like, are you kidding me? Do you know how much time that would save me? You know how bad the traffic is out here? I have no idea. Yes, and Alexander, we do have a completely done-for-you service. He's asking, we have an in-house marketing agency in addition to everything else. Now, it's not included. It's not included in the fees, okay? But you can have everything from we do all of the marketing for you to a la carte services. Now, it worries me a little bit sometimes, that service, because the way that I look at all of you guys are, you guys all own a McDonald's, right? And what Alexander's saying is like, look, I'm going to own a McDonald's, but I don't want to do anything. I'll just own it and then not have to do anything. And I'm like, that's totally cool. I get that. But what worries me is if you own the McDonald's, if I own the McDonald's, I would manage the restaurant for a month. I would work on the drive-through window for a month. I would work as a janitor for a month. Then I would work on the fry machine for a month. And then I would do the ordering for a month. And then I at least know how the whole business works and operates, right? And then you can pay us to go do everything. I want artists, I want photographers to learn the basic fundamentals of marketing and do a little marketing. We have the agency because 80% of our customers have a full-time job. 20% are full-time artists. 80% have a full-time job, I would say. Probably somewhere thereabouts. Many are photographers that still do weddings or still do AYSO pictures or something along those lines, and then they're also selling their fine art. And so a lot of times you're busy. You don't have time to do all the damn marketing every single solitary time. And so we sort of just have an agency for that, which is nice. So you can go and buy things off the shelf for like one-offs, or you can have fully managed, right? Like you can say, I don't want to manage my Facebook ads. And so, okay, boom, there you go, right? So that's sort of how it works. Sounds like a good idea, yet rather have you guys do it. 10% is better than 0% of my art that is not selling. Yeah, Alexander, knowing what you're looking for, I assume, is an arrangement that says like, hey, my art's not selling now, but I'll tell you what, I'll partner with you on a commission basis, and once you guys start selling it, you'll get paid. No one's taking that deal. No one's taking that deal. That would be like, hey, great, Alexander, I'm going to be your art agent, and I'll take 40% of what you sell. Now get going and marketing it, right? Like it just doesn't. No one's doing that on commission. It's not the way that it works. You got to early on. You got to sell the art yourself. There's no getting around that. It's just how it works. Yeah, 90% maybe. Yeah. I'm extremely partially committed to the idea, right? I am a strong maybe on the idea. My buddy says that on text messages. Hey, you want to go out on Friday? Strong maybe, Patrick. Strong maybe. It's like, you're not coming. Give me that strong maybe nonsense. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate all of you. I hope all of you guys are getting a sail in the water. Okay. You're going to email everyone you know today. Say, hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family. Okay. Just want to let you know that I'm going to start a sale on Friday, and it's going to be the biggest one I've had all year, and it's going to end on Monday, and I'm giving you 15% off store-wide or whatever it is that you say. Just do that. Just if you guys do that, could be a game changer. And I'm serious. You had the time to come and spend an hour with me on this call, an hour and change. You have the time to get this thing in the water, okay? I would take, even if you only sent the email to your mother and you let her know that you're having a sale, okay, and that it ends Monday, that would be a win. That would be a win because at least you got a little bit more comfortable doing the thing. The point is, you guys can do this. There is literally no better week the entire year. The entire year. The next 7 days are the biggest art selling days of the entire year. The entire year. That is a huge deal, you guys. That is a huge, huge deal. So if I can motivate you, if I can poke and prod you, if I can encourage you, whatever I can do to get you to have a sale. Marzana, are you having a sale? Are you having a sale? Marzana, because she just heard a camera on, between now and Cyber Monday, I'm unmuting you again. What is it going to take for us to get you to get a sale in the water between now and then?
Today I recorded my first live video of myself, and I'm about to post it.
Boom.
And
Boom.
I'm terrified.
What is the Instagram handle? Where are you going to post it? Are you going to post it on Instagram or Facebook?
I'm usually active on Instagram. I'm not very active on Facebook.
Done. Put the Instagram handle in the chat so we can all keep you accountable and check this thing out. When are you posting it? Are you posting it today?
Yes, within an hour.
Okay. What's the Instagram handle?
Marzena Kosika.
April, get that. You can see her name. Get that @ handled into the chat. Everybody, we are going to check out her show later this afternoon, and we are all going to send her encouragement. Well done, Marzena. Boom. There it is. I'm
just showing one piece.
That's fine. One piece is enough. One piece is enough. That's how it starts. Like, you laugh. The reason I do this, like, this is a huge part of what we do. This is a huge part of what we do at Art Storefronts. Is like, I have to teach you how to do the thing, and then I will harass, poke, prod, annoy, and encourage until it gets over the line. Because
I have a question,
once you do it,
sorry.
No, go, please, go.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Please do.
Because I already had that question, I forgot to ask you.
Yes.
So my question is, what are the price ranges through Art Storefront? Is there, should I be pricing very low? I mean, I'm not quite, I haven't never looked at your site, so I don't know.
Yeah, if you're talking about the different packages, or are you talking about our prices, or are you talking about where you should price?
I'm pricing my art.
Pricing your art, yeah. So
pricing my art.
What we recommend at a minimum, okay, and let's just talk about prints, not limited editions. Okay, let's just talk about prints, because I know you're a photographer.
Right.
Good rule of thumb is a 250% markup from whatever you paid for the print yourself. So take the cost that comes to you directly from the printer and mark it up 250%. That's sort of what we recommend.
I print it all myself.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, so far.
Right. But let's just stay on it before. Like, let's say you're going to sign up later, or whatever. We can get into those discussions. But for right now, what I would do is I would go onto a local printer's website and figure out what they charge. They would charge you for the various different things you're printing, because you're not going to do math like, dollar per square foot per paper per ink. No, waste your time. And then take their prices and mark them up 250%. And that's how I'd price. That's how I'd price to start. And then that's on the open edition prints, right? On the limited edition prints, okay, you can afford to get creative. Meaning, you can do 1,000% markup. They're going to be hand signed. They're going to have a note from you on the back of the metal print or the back of the acrylic, right? And they're going to come in limited editions. And then you just start out with a price there. You see whether or not it sells. If it sells right away, your prices are too low. If it doesn't sell at all, but people are interested, you say, okay, I know at $1,000 is a little bit too expensive for you. What are you willing to pay for it? And then shut up. And if they're like, you know what? I appreciate you saying that, because I can't give you $1,000 for that, but I'll give you 800. Okay, boom. Then you might have to lower your prices to 800. But pricing is one of those things. You don't ever have it completely right. It's never mastered. It's a constant game of flux. We're constantly adjusting. We're constantly offering different products and then having sales where the prices are coming down. And the whole thing is just like a constant game of flux. But generally speaking, raising prices happens like once a year, once every 2 years, sometimes somewhere in between there. And that happens consistently throughout the course of your career.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. And we will all be looking to Instagram and sending you direct messages after you post this thing today. All right. Okay. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a story, or is it going to be a post?
I think I start with the story, maybe.
Okay. All right. April, once you find it, you send it to me so that I can see it, and we'll send you some encouragement from the Art Storefronts account. Love it. Now we'll have somebody reach out to you. Who else is running a show on here? And by the way, where is this Raul Ruiz? Now that's an artist name right there. It's double R, huh? I like that. It's a good artist name right there, Raul. I dig that one. Raul Ruiz. Who else? Advice on the live art show that you're going to run between now and then. Advice on the email that you're going to send to let everyone know that you have a sale. I want to see you guys do it. All right. I run myself out of gas. Austin, Texas. Good for you, Raul. We used to be headquartered in Austin, but now we're a company of the world Thanks, COVID. Appreciate that one. All right. Quick question. Can you take Pixabay images and add them to work and sell them? I don't really know what Pixabay images are. Is that just a print? If it's just a print, sure. You can sell them in your live art shows. You can sell them any which way you like. We wouldn't be fulfilling them, but I'm assuming that's just a third party, something or other that does it. So yes, you can do that. All right, guys, this is it. Biggest week. Look at my commenters on YouTube. Les is having a sale. I appreciate you, Les. That is awesome. And SA, I appreciate those compliments. There's an art to marketing, and Patrick is the master. That type of flattery will get you everywhere with me, SA. I've not even joined ASF yet, but learned more from Patrick about the art industry in 6 months, and I've learned in 30-plus years on my own. Boom. I will take that. I really appreciate that. It's a great comment. All right, so Carol came up with a question here at the dying breath. So besides the personal acquaintances who have bought my cart, what if I don't have an email? Should I try to post a sale on Instagram? Yes, Carol. Post it on Instagram, post it on Facebook. Email everyone that's in your personal account, your personal friends and family. I'm not above doing that. They don't have any idea that you're having a sale. They might be totally stoked, and those people love you anyway. So you can do that too. That's what I would do. And that's how it starts, right? It always starts small like that. But you guys just need the encouragement. Like, nobody knows. Okay, people might know that you're an artist, but nobody knows that you have it for sale because you haven't bothered telling anybody. You gotta let people know. You gotta let people know you're in business. And you would be surprised the serendipity that happens when you actually do a little marketing. Because you know what happens is Carol's gonna have that sale, okay? And she's gonna email her family and friends, and she's gonna be like, that's totally weird. I don't want to email my family and friends. But guess what? One of your family and friends has somebody that just moved out of the suburbs into the city, and they're like, I've got to go shopping for art this weekend because I have to decorate the house. And then, boom, Carol's email is going to hit their inbox, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you have no idea. My friend Carol from high school is having this sale. You've got to check out her stuff. I bet she'd give you a great deal. Next thing you know, this person has emailed Carol. You never would have got that sale, Carol, if you didn't just run the sale. So that's what I'm saying. Got to encourage you guys. One step at a time. All right. Good session today. Appreciate all of you guys. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Wonderful Thanksgiving. If I don't hear from you again. Wonderful Canadian Thanksgiving to Kathy and the rest, which I know is like what comes up in like a month or something. I think there's a Canadian one that comes up in a month. But anyway, that is that. I appreciate all you guys. Great rest of your weeks. Hope to see you again.